Okay, here we go. I've cleaned this all up. It all looks really good now. And I'm set and ready to go. Now there's a few more little things that I need to do. I'm going to go double check. I see just a few things that I probably still need to get rid of. It's hard to get everything. Double click my mouse wheel. There we go. So the next thing I need to do is let the knife cutter know what's what, and it reads layers. It reads layers. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to go to layer properties, left click. A box comes up. You can drag it around, left click. And the ones that are important to me are annotation. That can stay named annotation, but boundary needs a new name, which is cut. So I just right click, rename layer as cut. So now I have annotation, cut, and I need to make one more new one called texture. So new one is there's these little row across the top. It's the first one of that row, and that's going to be texture. Okay, so now I'm set, and I'm gonna double click on texture. That's current now. Whatever I do now is on that layer. And what I want to do is apply browns and greens so that as things stack up, they have different colors. So layer one, I'm going to make, that's sort of like down on the street level and things like that. I'm going to make layer one gray. So here's the hatch. And I'm going to put it, I don't need it to be solid. I'm just going to make it look kind of some sort of a pattern. And I'm going to pick my color. And I'll make it gray. And I'm going to pick in everything that is layer number one. That looks like all I've got is layer one. And look, those are pretty, they're not super close, but a little bit close. Maybe I want them a little farther apart. Make them 5. That's a little too far apart. I'll just make it a 2. This is all just, you're just giving it the eyeball treatment here. Close hatch. The next one looks like these are probably kind of the same part. So that's probably the Florinda Lane properties. So I'll make those some sort of a color. And these ones I can make them change the angle. Maybe I can make those ones at like a 90 degrees to where they're at. And I can do that. And I can make those ones also maybe change the color to a purple just for. You'll get the idea as you go through it. Oh, and I need to do that to these, all the ones that say level 2 and level 3. Level 2, level 3, I think I've got them all. Now I'll do all of level 4 as some sort of a color. And I can even change how it is. And maybe these ones are more green. There's a 4, there's a 4, there's a 4, there's a 4. Those are all going to be on the same level. And I'll put those ones back to an angle of 0 just for fun. Just so they kind of swap going back and forth and back and forth. So I'm just making something that shows up a little bit different each time. Now level 5. Let's go back to maybe this one. And I'll make it another 90 degrees to the other one. And I'll make it a different green. I'll make it a Maybe this one I'll make kind of a funky looking green. 5, 5. Now I've got a 6 to do. Back to this one. 6 I'll make kind of a another different green. Maybe I'll make it this light green. Let me go the other way again. And I know that actually that's on 6, but these two are actually the building pads. I can see that. So I'm going to give those ones building pads. Those are going to be solid brown. Some sort of brownish. It's kind of orangish, but that's okay. That's okay if that's like that. Go put it back in now. There we go. Oh, and I left my 5 out. I left a 5. That was this. This one is probably a 0, and I think it was this color. Here's a 5. Nope, I got to go the other angle. So this also just takes some detail work. Click over here. Now it looks okay. I think I've got them all colored in now. So what we're going to do is the sign shop is actually going to take the big piece of cardboard and they're gonna print all this right on it. Then they're gonna take it over to the cutter and they're gonna cut it. So the last thing I'm gonna do is turn off the yellow. Don't need that anymore. Okay? So that's your next big step is getting all the colors done.